After that unexpected Rhyhorn capture at the end of the last part, I got plenty of time to fight this hiker I was trying to avoid. Yeah, I remember this guy very well. Hiker Anthony. He kept calling me at the worst possible time back in Crystal. Yep, those are the days. Anyway, last video, I was talking about that 7-star Dragapult, and believe it or not, I found another Pokemon you could use to fight that thing. Primarina. So, its type would be Fairy, its nature would be Modest, its held item would be the Shell Bell, and I would give it the moves Moonblast, Draining Kiss, Charm, and Calm Mind. So what you want to do is, use Charm to harshly lower its attack, then use Draining Kiss until it resets your stats. Then use Calm Mind to do a bit more damage with Draining Kiss, or Moonblast if Draining Kiss gets disabled. And at that point, you could try Slash to do more damage. But if you're still not doing enough damage, use Calm Mind twice. Then when Dragapult resets your stats again, use Calm Mind 3 times if possible. And at that point, I assume Dragapult is going to reset its own stats, so use Charm again. Then from there, use either Moonblast or Draining Kiss to finish it off. I will admit, that sounds like a whole lot to take in, but hopefully, my strategy works out for you. Now, about Hiker Anthony, back in Crystal, if he were to call you, then he would tell you something about how there are swarms of certain Pokemon in a certain route, but in this game, I'm going to get informed about swarms through a radio show called Professor Oak's Pokemon Talk. Yeah, you remember that, right? I deemed it the worst radio show in history, and I still do. Although, in a game like this specifically, I don't know if I need swarms to see all the Pokemon in this game. I mean, after all, this is a fan-made game, so odds are, I'm going to be able to find certain Pokemon in certain places. Although, if I really want to, I can just go look it up. Okay, he was the only trainer on this route. Yes, Route 33 is pretty short. So here we are in Azalea Town. And seconds after entering, we see a confrontation between a random guy and a Team Rocket grunt. Yes, this is our introduction to Team Rocket. 3 years ago, back in the days of Kanto, they disbanded. It looks like they're back and more annoying than ever, even without their old leader Giovanni. In fact, the whole reason for their comeback is not just to make money the wrong way like before, but to also bring back Giovanni after disappearing when he lost to Red at the Viridian City Gym. Did he just hit that guy? On characteristic actions of Team Rockets. Okay, this Rocket Grunt is blocking access to the Slowpoke well, and there's another one blocking access to the gym as well. So if you want to take on the gym, you have to drive Team Rocket out of the Slowpoke well, but to do that, you have to go see Kurt, the guy that makes custom-made Pokeballs from apricorns. Alright, what do we have here? Okay, let's talk about the Slowpoke well. Back in Crystal, I didn't believe what this was saying. Although, now that I think about it, I guess it's pretty interesting information. Hold on a second, this wasn't here before. People also report seeing a mysterious purple Pokemon erupting from a stone. I wonder what Pokemon that could be. Well, we'll find that out a bit later. Anyway, Azalea Town seems to be having a major problem. Normally there would be a few Slowpokes in the area, but they all disappeared. And as you can imagine, Team Rocket has something to do with that. So they abducted all the Slowpokes to cut off their tails, and sell them for $1 million. Yeah, because if you remember, there was that guy on Route 32 that was trying to sell me one for that price. Well, not that I could afford it anyway. Speaking of buying, I'm going to buy some Pokeballs because after I'm done exploring Azalea Town, I'm going to go to the Ilex Forest to capture a male Buneary and a female Misdreavus. And knowing Misdreavus' catch rate, yeah, I'm going to need a lot of Pokeballs. Hopefully that's going to do. Alright, what are you selling? Oh, netball, huh? Okay, if I want to buy some netballs, I'll be sure to come back here later. Now, it is said that Slowpoketail is a delicacy. But there's something about that that kind of bothers me a little bit. And it's this. Slowpoke is able to grow a new tail, and that kind of reminds me of how some species of lizards and salamanders are able to do that as well. But you don't see people eating the tails of lizards and salamanders after they lose their tail. That's just nasty. So yeah, I find that whole bit to be kind of questionable. Okay, here you have the charcoal kiln, the place where charcoal is produced, so I think you know what we'll be getting later on. Okay, here's a full heal in the pile of blocks right there. Okay, there are a couple of Farfetch in the area, whose job is to cut wood and bring it here to assist in making the charcoal. Once again, why would you think Selby would be angry? I mean, it's not your fault that the Slowpoke are disappearing. What about you? Once again, I assume he didn't see Team Rocket outside. Yeah, I think that's the same thing I said back in Crystal. So yeah, the whole process of yeah, lizards and salamanders losing their tails. Yeah, that is pretty interesting, but not if it means you're going to be able to eat them. Yeah, it's something I wouldn't eat. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay, I believe this is the guy we saw when we first entered Azalea Town. Either that or maybe it's just a different NPC. I don't know. Okay, he's talking about Kurt, but I'll be talking to him after I'm done doing what I need to do, capturing Pokemon at the Ilex Forest. Okay, first off, I have to heal since Crobat really needs it, especially since it's almost out of Bite Power points, and I think it has practically half its HP left. Okay, that guy to the left who has the Voltorb beside him, I don't think he was there in the original Heart Gold and Soul Silver, so he must be a new addition. Sure, why not? Okay, I believe he's going to give me something if he's a new addition to this game. And it is TM34, Shockwave. 60 power move, that won't miss. Although, I think it's going to do a lot more damage if paired up with a Pokemon with Technician for an ability. Yeah, I've seen that so many times. Interesting, I didn't know that. Okay, I assume Kurt has something like that. Alright, what about this fellow over here? Well, not at the moment. Oh yes, he's right, when a Pokemon faints, it can still use HM moves outside of battle. And my question is, how? How do they do that anyway? I really don't get it. Okay, this guy wants to trade my Gibble for his Beldum. As far as I know, I think this is the only way you could get Beldum in this game. Although, I could be wrong about that. Well, if you want to catch a Gibble, then you can find one in the basement floor of the Union Cave. Okay, I'm just going to deposit a Pokemon from my party since there was somebody there who's going to offer me a quiz, and if I succeed, then he's going to give me a prize Pokemon. Okay, hopefully I don't screw up with this quiz. Well, the last one, I unexpectedly passed all three of those questions, so hopefully I do up with this quiz. Sure, why not? Is Sableye the only Pokemon able to have the stall ability? Yes. Next question. Is the Laxant sense required in order to breed a Munchlax? No, I don't think so. Oh, I got that one. Okay, next question. Is it true that Reversal has a maximum power of 150? I have no idea. No? Oh wow, I got that one. Okay, final question. Does Gardevoir have a higher base stat total than Alakazam? Yes? Oh wow, I got that one too. Yeah, I don't usually pay attention to base stat totals like that, so yeah, I guess it was just completely random. Okay, I have a choice of one of the three home starters. For this one, I'm gonna go with Torchic, even though I'm not gonna use Torchic on my team. So Torchic can come with either Blaze or Speed Boost. Okay, next time I see someone like that, he's gonna be at the Goldenrod Pokemon Center. Oh, that's Blaze. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Well, since I'm not going to use Torchic, I'm just going to put in my PC so that way I can make room for both Buneary and Misdreavus. Although, if I plan my team a little bit differently, then yeah, I guess I would consider using Blaziken. Okay, I believe there are a couple more NPCs left to talk to in Azalea Town. Okay, here is Kurt's house. We're not going to go inside to talk to him yet because, as I said, I want to catch a male Buneary and a female Misdreavus. Okay, he's talking about the skinny trees, which I have to cut down using the HM for cut, but yeah, I can't do that yet because I don't have the HM for it. Okay, here we have a white apricorn. What does that turn into again? I don't seem to remember. Well, if I care anyway, since a lot of the custom-made Pokeballs, yeah, they're not very good. Okay, this guy, I believe he's only here in Sacred Gold and Storm Silver. I believe he's going to give me the TM for Thief, which is good because maybe I can stick that onto a Pokemon later on and maybe steal some items from certain Pokemon. Most notably, Lucky Eggs. But I think I'll do that a lot later on in the game. But the question is, who will I teach this to? Well, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Okay, it's currently daytime, and I believe Buneary can only appear... Actually, no, Buneary can appear regardless of what time of day it is. But for Misdreavus, it only comes out at night. Now, I believe Buneary has a 10% appearance rate, and Misdreavus has a 5% appearance rate at night. So, I'm probably going to be at this for a while. Although, before I start hunting those two, I'm going to equip the the experience share onto Centret because knowing I'm going to take a while to find those two, I might as well have Centret gain some levels until it evolves. Okay, I'll see when I find either Buneary or Misdreavus. Well, okay. It didn't take me that long to find Buneary. Also, I forgot to mention that I was going to make it nighttime so that way I could find both Buneary and Misdreavus without having to wait. Also, it looks like I got my facts mixed up. I actually want to look for a female Buneary instead. Then later on, when I get a Buneary egg, I want that one to be male. So sorry about the confusion, it's just that all these breeding intentions got me mixed up. Okay, good, survived Rock Slide. Alright, now it's time for me to throw a Pokeball. I believe Buneary's catch rate is 190, so hopefully I need just one Pokeball to catch it. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I thought I was going to have to go back with Crobat and put Buneary to sleep, but good thing I didn't have to do that. Alright, what do we have to say about Buneary in this game? Yeah, I've seen that entry before so many times. Alright, one down, one more to go. Okay, I finally found a female Misdreavus. But unfortunately, Centret didn't make it to level 15. That's okay, I'll evolve it later. So I'm going with Bayleaf because any attacks from Crobat will kill Misdreavus. Well, surely it can take a Rock Slide, right? Hoping no critical hits. Okay, that did about a third. Oh, no, not Confuse Ray. Well, hopefully Bayleaf can fight through the confusion, because if not, then I'll have to switch it out so that way the confusion will go away. Come on, please connect. Thank you. Alright, once again, hopefully no critical hits. Okay, that's the perfect amount of HP for me to start throwing Pokeballs, but first, I'm going to switch back to Crobat to put Misdreavus to sleep, so that way it's a bit easier to catch it. Although, I don't know if this will be enough because, as I said, Misdreavus has a catch rate of 45. Oh no, Confuse Ray again? Well, okay, once again, let me see if I can fight through the confusion. Come on, please connect. Thank you. Alright, as I said, Misdreavus has a catch rate of 45, so I'm probably going to be here for a while. Okay, I believe I have 20 Pokeballs. Okay, yes, I have 20. So hopefully one of them does the trick. Maybe this one? Nope, not even close. Wow, red HP, ends to sleep, and kicks out after no shakes. Oh, what? Woke up already? Are you kidding me? I want to say it, but no. I'm not going to say it. Okay, at least Hypnosis connects again. Alright, hopefully it stays asleep for about 2 turns. Okay, hopefully I don't run out of Pokeballs. Okay, will this Pokeball do the trick? Nope, not this one either. Yeah, I'm really worried that I'm going to run out of Pokeballs. Okay, good. Misdreavus is still asleep. Okay, let's keep throwing Pokeballs and hope for the best. Still nothing? Wow. Well, I'll give it one thing. At least its catch rate is slightly higher than Murkrow's. Yeah, remember that back in Renegade Platinum? Yeah, I was struggling to catch that thing. Okay, let's keep on throwing Pokeballs and hopefully it gets captured. 1, 2, 3. Yes, got it. Okay, worry time's over. Alright, what do we have to say about Misdreavus in this game? Let me guess, something about it pulling people's hair or something? Yep, I thought so. I've seen that Pokédex entry a whole lot of times. Okay. Not now, Anthony, I'm busy. Okay, what's your nature? Bold nature, huh? That could actually help me out. So when the time comes, I guess I'll equip the Everstone on Misdreavus. That way, hopefully the Misdreavus that comes out of the egg will have the same nature as the Misdreavus that's holding the Everstone. Okay, did a lot of things today, so next time, we're going to talk to Kurt and confront Team Rocket over at the Slowpoke Well. See you next time.